any particular way. And I love the fact we're all in black, by the way, because it is a funeral for Chris's dogs. No, I'm joking. But no, you know, and then literally he starts bawling, and then she actually, you know, does a beautiful thing where she, you know, helps him in that moment. But I want to get your perspective on that moment, what you saw, what you observed. Did you agree? Because I felt like he cried a bit too much, just for me. I'm gonna let the honorable lady go first and break us in. Crystal, what's your thoughts?
He definitely cried too much, and so much so, and it was bawling, like you said. I thought, does this man have a chemical imbalance or something, that he immediately went to tears instead of trying to plan B it? Okay, you have two dog, or to two dog limit, and you got three dogs. So you go to your wife, or you got family members or something, or board the dogs. And the place where I board my dogs, they got cameras. You can come visit your dog, or they take pictures and they send me pictures all day. But even if you can't do that, just his inability to plan B it and immediately go to tears, like have a visceral, huge emotional reaction like that. I said, does he have what do you call it? Chemical imbalance or something, that you just went there instead of, having a conversation with somebody, calling your family, doing something. I just thought that's kind of very strange to me. And of course I did agree with Nicole. Like, that's what you do. You talk to your spouse, see what we can do to figure it out. You got to plan B it. You got to figure it out. That's like every day we have to plan B something. You got to figure it out. And the fact that he couldn't, that's very interesting to me. Because I was like, y'all know, y'all seen my dog. I love my dog, but look, you figure it out. And the fact that he couldn't, I said, there's something else going on here. That's it. Hmm.
Love that. Trey, what are you saying? What was your thoughts? Too much tears, or what's your thoughts? How do you see it? Maybe it was
Evening, y'all. First things
evening,
first.
sir.
Yeah, first things first. All right, let's get this. Yeah, I literally thought somebody had died. I was like, yo. I was like, oh snap! He got to get there with the death. Okay, this is a serious moment. Let's see how she interacts with him. I'm like, okay. I'm feeling sad for him for a second. I was like, oh man, this gotta be bad. And then he was like, the appointment let me know that I couldn't bring my dog. I was like, oh nah, bro. I literally went like this watching it. What? What? No, no. Then I tried to give him some grace. I was like, hold on, let me hear what the problem is, because people love their dogs. I used to love my dog. Hey, let me see what it is. Maybe it's something serious. Got to put it, like Coach would say, got to put it down or something. Like, okay, wait, okay. No, they got a 2-dog rule, and I can't bring my dogs. I was like, wait a minute. What is this happening? Did this for real? I I thought I was being punked. I kept looking around. Nah, no, this is not happening. This ain't for real. This no, this is not happening. But why is he crying so hard? He was bawling. It was a tears. I saw a snot bubble. I was like, oh no. And then I give her this, she was trying to be reassuring. She was, hey, listen, we're going to figure this out. I don't know what the answer is, but we're going to figure it out. She literally took his emotions and put them on her strong shoulders. Strong woman. Listen. Strong woman. She can bear the weight. You know what I'm saying? Woo. But it was a little too much. It was getting to the point. I was like, bro, it is not that serious. Okay? It's not that serious. You crying so much to the point that you can't even think straight and try to figure out what to do next. All right. It's a 2-dog minimum at the apartment. Cool. I think they said it on the after show or later on or something, um, they knew about his dogs, but he was unaware about her dog that she wanted to bring him. So I can see how that can throw a monkey wrench into the problem. But dude, stop it. Just stop it. Like, for a split second, I saw the concern. I was more or less paying attention to Nicole. For a split second, I saw the concern for her face, but when they kept going on and on, I saw the look in the eye like, all right, bro. All right, bro. You can stop now. Like, you can calm down. You can stop now. And I understand that she appreciates that she wants a more sensitive man. I think she kind of needs that in her life a little bit. So I think they kind of matched them right. She needs some sensitivity because she's been dealing with some trashy mess, I can tell, and it's done bleeded into her own personality. Because she keeps warning him. We got to talk about it too. Why she keeps warning him, when we get back, you're going to see the other side of me. I'm like, it's like the third or fourth time she done it. I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned. Why you keep warning him? But yeah, she handled it well. Chris disappointed me a little bit, just a little bit. I was like, bro, there's nothing wrong with being sensitive, but at some point in time, you got to stop the madness and figure out what you're going to do. Okay? Because she, the main one, came up with the plan. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have, we're going to try to switch dogs off. My dog go with my dad, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, that's a real easy fix that you could have suggested yourself. It was real easy, bro. And you trying to tell me you didn't have anyone that you could have called and took your dogs to, and yeah, he's way too attached to these dogs. Something like he's using his dogs as an emotional cover for what he's been through. Like, those are trauma dogs. Each dog for a certain trauma of his. Like, it's a little concerning. That's the word of the evening, concerning.
I hear you, Jay. Concerning. JR. Talk to me, bro.
Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Okay, so yeah, I like everybody else. When I saw him sitting outside crying, I thought there was a bereavement, either a family bereavement or, possibly they'd had an argument about something and he took it personally. So you're sitting outside crying. Man, when she came to console him and he said it was about the dogs, having 2 dogs and not being allowed to move, man, I couldn't believe the amount of tears that he shed. Now, that made me think straight away, okay, this guy says he's been pretty much alone for the last year or so, right? So I think he's bonded with those dogs as man's best friend type situation. So he's got an over attachment to the dogs. And I will say, this show, Married at First Sight, seemed to have a thing for dogs, because last season we had episode with Justin and his dogs, right? But yeah, I must commend Nicole, because she didn't emasculate him. She didn't make him seem like a crybaby or weak or anything like that. She asked him what was wrong. He told her through all the snivels and snot-nosing that he was doing. And I don't mean to make light of it, because it's exactly what was happening. Right? It's not an exaggeration. He was out of it. He was all over the place. So I think when she warns him about what's to come with her, I think this is also an eye-opener for her as well, to see how emotional he can get if he senses a disappointment or a loss of some kind. So in a way, it allows her to get to know this side of him, right? And it's something that may not have come out, or he may have not been able to articulate perfectly how he feels when he suffers a loss or a defeat. So, but yeah, I think it's also a moment for them to bond as well, because she has a dog, so she showed a lot of empathy and the ability to compromise. She wasn't saying, oh, you know what? Well, that's your problem. They're your dogs. I've got my dog. She could have been completely selfish and that would have been a problem. But she did the opposite. She compromised in order to make the relationship get past this particular hurdle. So that's what I took from that scene.
I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So since you guys have brought some good points, and I want to focus more on that point about, you know, if it is trauma for him, because that's a big thing, right? So, like the dogs have become like almost like he's bonded with the dogs over trauma, right? And he said because he said obviously specifically, I think he said the dogs have separation anxiety. I think he said, right, the dogs have separation anxiety. And let me just read something to you. I can't put it up because obviously the internet be moving mad. But it says that separation anxiety is a normal stage in an infant's development as it helps children understand relationships and master their environment. It usually ends around 2 years of age when toddlers begin to understand that a parent may be out of sight right now but will return later. The key feature of separation anxiety disorder, however, is when the anxiety exceeds what might be expected given a person's developmental level. Okay, so like children with a separation anxiety disorder may cling to their parents excessively, refuse to go to sleep without being near a major attachment figure, be reluctant to attend a camp or sleep at a friend's home, or require someone to be with them when they go to another room in their house. So, children also commonly experience physical symptoms when they anticipate separation, such as headache, nausea, and vomiting. Adults with this disorder may be uncomfortable traveling independently, experience nightmares and about separating from attachment figures, or be overly concerned about their children or spouse and continuously check on their whereabouts. So, this is a very tense situation, you know, because it's not a simple thing. If my man's telling me he got separation anxiety, which usually comes out of a form of trauma, that's kind of mad. Okay, so the dog, it doesn't sound like the dogs have separation anxiety. It sounds like he has separation anxiety. You know what I mean? Go for it, Crystal.
Well, that is true. Dogs can have separation anxiety. That's absolutely true, especially if they're young, the new babies. That's very true. But at the same time, I agree with you that it's him that's got more of the issue. That there was more to it than that. And my concern is, okay, we see how and Trey keeps talking about this woman's strong soldiers, which really drive me nuts. But we see how, you know, she wants a stronger guy. She has said, even at the wedding reception, I wonder if he is just too sweet for me. So like this, she understands because she has dogs, but if he keeps doing this, this is going to be a problem for her. This one time, this once, you know, excuse me, she can understand. But if this keeps happening, that's going to be a lot. And I agree with the boys. I remembered when Vinny's grandmother had a heart attack on their honeymoon, and I said, okay, that totally makes sense. And he said that she can't speak English. A lot of people can't understand what she's saying. Like, I got, you know, that's a reason to cry. But your grandmother having a, you know, but for him, he said, he had a rough time even boarding them going on the honeymoon. Like, and he was only going to be gone a week. He absolutely said that. So I think that he has got separation anxiety issues. Something that JR just said, though, do we think that he is using the dogs to compensate for his lack of a relationship, though? Like the dogs are a replacement? I wonder about that, though, because he definitely had separation. That was powerful, just tears. And I said, that's too much. That's too much. And my issue is that he didn't immediately go to a plan B or what else can we do? He just immediately had an emotional reaction. I said, that's like somebody said in the chat, clinical depression. I don't know if it's that, but I do think there's something else that he needs to talk to somebody about, because that was too much. Yeah. So, but dogs do have separation anxiety. That's why they have to bond with their mother first, especially if they're babies, and then they go to a new home. They have separation anxiety. You can't leave them alone for extended amount of time. That's when they tear your house up. So that's true, but he's got it too. That's it.
Ludin, go for it. You said you wanted to add something. Go for it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make sure I'm clearly because I'm driving. But I want to get this off my chest. Alright. So I feel like Chris is playing.
Baby, it's cutting. It's cutting. It's cutting.
Okay. Let me tell you
It's
something.
cutting. Ludin is cutting.
It's cutting.
Mm-hmm.
How about now? Can you guys hear me?
Okay, fantastic.
Better.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I feel like Chris is playing in our face. Okay. Here's why I feel like Chris is playing in our face. This is not the first time this man find out that they're going to move into this apartment. This is a TV show. They have a contract. They know they have to move in this apartment. They know about the dog rule. Okay? So, this is not something like I'm just finding out my dog's getting... No. He is trying to manipulate this woman. Okay? Because we see Nicole is heavily into this man. For whatever reason, I don't know. And she is someone that a lot of people would call a pick-me, but in this case, she do whatever it needs to do to be in a relationship. As bad as that is, I believe he recognized that already because of many occasions this woman have said, do you love me yet? Do you love me yet? Will you fall in love with me yet? You know, you can't constantly bring up, are you falling in love with me yet? After 1 week. So she's heavily trying to make this man fall by doing whatever it takes. So how are you going to tell me that you want your 2 dogs to be in this crib and my dog can't be in there? And look at Nicole just agreeing just to go along because she want to be in a relationship so bad. She wants to make him happy. She's a people pleaser, and she's willing to sacrifice her own dog not being in the house. She even tried to have her dad to take the dog. I would have been selfish. Like, I know you see my title, the Queen of Chaos. I'm here for the chaos. I would tell you, well, you need to figure it out. I wouldn't be that nice because he's making it seem like his dogs are the only thing that's important. He's giving me the energy of the other black man that's only by himself on the show. What's his name? The one that was Jasmine.
ARRIS.
Yes. He's giving me the energy of ARRIS. That he wants Nicole to do whatever he manipulates her to do. I'm pretty sure as we go along in this season, we will see how much he's going to cry. He's going to act like he is the baby so that she does everything in her power to please him. He knows what he's doing. He didn't have to cry. This is not the first time he knows about the apartment. Let's be for real. Okay? Let's be for real. To the point where he made her go have a meeting with the executive team to discuss options. Ain't no option. He didn't want her dog in the house. He wanted his dog there. So he's gonna act like, well, I don't want my dog to not be in the house. No. You know exactly what he wants to do. He doesn't care about this woman. He wants everything for himself. He just wanted her to go along with the fact that he's gonna have his priorities met and not hers. We're gonna see throughout the show that she's not gonna feel respected. She's not gonna feel that he has her best interests at heart. And I can definitely see this in like maybe week 5. She's gonna get over it. That's my train of thought about this.
boys. Thank you, Luden. Boys.